Welcome to Shadowed Realms, Unveiling the Dark Lore, a deep dive into the hidden depths of video games, movies, and anime where light rarely dares to venture. From the cryptic symbolism of a haunted video game world to the twisted backstories of iconic characters, we'll analyze the dark narratives that shape these immersive universes. Expect a mix of thoughtful analysis, historical context, and an occasional deep dive into the psychological and philosophical themes that these stories explore. But this series isn't just about the spooky surface level stuff. We'll also look to the cultural and psychological and artistic reasons why these dark themes resonate with audiences and what they say about us as people. Buckle up, because these things are about to get creepy and maybe even a little introspective. Are you ready to step into the shadows? Let's go. Welcome to Myth and Lores, a journey into the dark and divine. Without further ado, let's jump into another lore. Berserk is one of the darkest and most philosophical anime/manga series ever created, delving deep into themes of fate, free will, suffering, human ambition, and the nature of evil. Written by Kentaro Miura, Berserk is known for its brutal world, morally complex characters, and deeply existential themes. This is an exploration of its dark lore and philosophical underpinnings. The dark lore of Berserk, the God Hand, and the idea of evil. At the heart of Berserk's dark mythology is the God Hand, 5 powerful demonic entities that serve the idea of evil, a cosmic force that governs human suffering. The idea of evil is the collective unconscious of humanity, created by the deep despair and desire for meaning within human souls. It manipulates fate, guiding individuals towards suffering to justify its existence. The God Hand, including Griffith, also known as Femto, exists to maintain this cycle of despair, offering mortals a chance to transcend their weak human existence at the cost of sacrificing those they love. The Bailet, a mysterious crimson artifact, is the key to summoning them, granting an individual godlike power in exchange for an unspeakable sacrifice. The Eclipse, the ultimate betrayal. The Eclipse is one of the most infamous events that happens in Berserk. Griffith, the once noble leader of the Band of the Hawk, sacrifices his entire army, including his closest friend Guts and his most loyal soldier Casca, in order to become Femto, a member of the God Hand. The event is a horrific blood ritual, where demonic apostles tear apart their comrades as they transcend to godhood. Casca is brutally violated, and Guts is forced to watch, losing an eye and an arm in the process. This event defines the core of Berserk's tragedy, demonstrating how human ambition, when pushed to its extreme, can lead to monstrous acts. The Apostles, corrupt beings of power. The Apostles are humans who have used the Bailet to sacrifice something dear to them in exchange for demonic power. Each apostle represents a different aspect of human corruption: lust, greed, control, or revenge, showing how absolute power corrupts absolutely. Apostles like Zada Immortal, Rosine, and Wild embody different facets of humans' monstrous transformation when they abandon their humanity for power. The dark philosophy of Berserk. Fate versus free will. A central philosophical theme in Berserk is the struggle between fate and free will. The brand of sacrifice marks Guts as someone who is doomed to be hunted by demonic forces until he dies. He is literally bound by fate, yet he continues to resist it. In contrast, Griffith embraces destiny, believing that his ambitions justify any sacrifice. This tension reflects a profound existential question. Do we control our lives, Or are we merely pawns of a higher power? Despite overwhelming odds, Guts continues to struggle, symbolizing the human fight against an indifferent universe. The Nietzschean Übermensch, Griffith versus Guts. Griffith embodies Friedrich Nietzsche's concept of the Übermensch, a superior being who transcends morality to achieve greatness. He views people as stepping stones to his dream, believing sacrifice is necessary for his ascension. His transformation into Femto reflects this fully. He discards all human morality to become something beyond human. On the other hand, Guts embodies Nietzsche's struggle of the will. He refuses to give in to fate, suffering through unimaginable pain to carve his own path. Unlike Griffith, Guts does not seek power over others, but fights for survival and later for those he loves. The nature of evil. The idea of evil suggests that suffering is an inherent part of human existence, not something to be eradicated, but something that defines life itself. Unlike most stories where good and evil are clearly defined, Berserk presents a world where morality is ambiguous. Griffith is not evil in a traditional sense. He genuinely believes his sacrifices are justified. The apostles are often tragic figures who have desperately given up their humanity. Even Guts, the protagonist, struggles with his own darkness, often losing himself to rage and vengeance. This mirrors philosophical existentialism, where morality is subjective and suffering is an unavoidable part of existence. Survival in a cruel world. Guts' journey is ultimately about surviving in a world indifferent to suffering. Forces beyond his control constantly test him, yet he continues to fight, not because he believes in justice, but simply because he refuses to give up. This reflects Albert Camus' philosophy of the absurd, the idea that life has no inherent meaning, yet we must continue to struggle despite it. Guts is the ultimate absurd hero. He does not expect salvation, but continues to push forward. The beauty in the darkness. Despite his overwhelming darkness, Berserk is not just a tale of suffering. It is also about resilience, love, and the refusal to be broken by fate. Guts' journey is one of defiance, proving that even in a world ruled by cruelty, one can still choose to fight. This depth of philosophy, coupled with his visceral horror, makes Berserk one of the most profound and unforgettable stories in anime and manga history. That concludes this lore. If you like what you heard, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next lore. Bye.